What is up, guys? Showing up the King here, bringing you another Duel Links video. But this is a special one. So, I feel uniquely qualified to do this video today. Because, we got a new box release that's coming out on the 30th. My birthday's on the 29th. And it just so happens that this is a deck that I actually ran pretty successfully in the regular TCG. Six Samurais are finally hitting Duel Links. I'm so excited. And today's video is to give you a breakdown of what's in the box, what you should be shooting for, and whether or not this box, should be worth your gems or hard-earned money. Now, for me, the short and simple of it, is this deck going to be meta changing? Doubtful. With Cyber Angels, with Red Eye Zombie still dominating the meta, I doubt that Six Samurais will be able to put a huge dent into it, but there are a lot of cards in this box that will give lots of upgrades to different decks that are already currently in the Duel Links community, as well as giving you a whole new archetype, which is Six Samurai. So I want to go through this box, and I want to give you the pros, the cons, and exactly what you can do with the potential Six Samurai deck. So, for honor they fight, mighty warriors of the blades unite. So let's take a look at the ultra rares. Actually, let me just go down. Right here. This is the money. This is the money shot right here. So first thing we have here is the Great Shogun Sheen. If you control two or more face-up Six Samurai monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Your opponent can only activate one spell or trap card each turn. This card will be destroyed. You can destroy a face-up Six Samurai monster you control instead. So, he is the boss monster. He is the end-all, be-all, and I had three of him that I used to run in my deck. Now, basically, the whole point around Six Samurai monsters is that they flood the field and they get special summon abilities. And with each Six Samurai monster that's on the field, they get their own special ability. And with his, it limits you to use only one spell or trap card per turn. Now, this actually might be meta defining, and I'll tell you why. So say you get Cyber Angel and you have Great Shogun on the field. He's 2,500, and of course, if you are smart, you are playing Field of Warriors skill with Joey, so he becomes 2,800 off break. Well, is it 28 or is it? No, no. He becomes 27. So with him being 27, what I would also do is you might want to run A forces, or if you have Shogun, there's another card in this box that's called, I believe it's Ebon Castle or Sheen Castle, which basically, if anybody is attacking or when you attack, they lose 500 attack. So, Cyber Angels, anything that it attacks or it gets attacked, it loses 500 attack. So that's a card to protect it. But anyway, there's a lot to go through, so I don't want to waste too much time. So that's his effect. We also have Elemental Hero Neos, Alias. This card again is, I want to say that it would definitely give a boost to Elemental Hero decks. I've been dying to make an Elemental Hero deck because again, most of my decks, they focus around fun. They sometimes are semi-competitive, but for the most part, they are fun decks that just keep you interested in Duel Links. Because again, with a meta that's currently just Cyber Angel heavy, it's very hard to have fun, and this is the kind of deck you really want to play. So Elemental Hero, it's basically a Gemini, and basically its effect becomes Neo. So it's a lot easier to summon because he's only a 4-star. He's a 1900 beater with 1300 defense, so he's decent defense. And as long as you can keep him on the field more than one turn, you can pretty much use him for Contact Fusion, or of course you can always use Supervise to get him to have the effect automatically. Send him to the graveyard for Contact Fusion. And with the Supervise attached, you can already special summon him back to the field. So that's that. Now, super rare, Super Conductor Tyrano. Again, this is a great rec support. 3,300 with the other card on the field makes him 3,600. So that means he can pretty much climb over any monster in Duel Links. But of course, he has a beefy 2 summon cost, so you want to try to figure out a way to get him to be special summon, whether that's token summon or survival instincts, where if your opponent summons a monster, then you can summon a monster, special summon a monster. If he's in your hand, boom, he hits the field, and he has the extra benefit of if you tribute a monster, your opponent takes 1,000 damage. So, great. Alright, we also have Sheen Chancellor. It's a 2200, 6 Samurai. Normally it's a 2 tribute, but again, he can't be normal summon or set. He can only be special summoned from the hand by banishing 2 6 Samurai monsters from your graveyard, and cannot be special summoned any other ways. Now, once per turn, you can also target a face-up monster and destroy that target. Again, this is a awesome card. Cyber Angel. On the field, you have 2 6 Samurai cards in your graveyard. You remove them from play, you summon Sheen, and then boom, you pop a card on the field. Exile Force. It's beautiful. Now, again, it helps with Cyber Angels because Cyber Angels can automatically send your card to the graveyard, just providing fuel. Plus, there are some other cards as well that are in this set that will help that I'll get to later. Now, the Immortal Boosh. I'm going to be honest, I don't understand why this is a super rare. I never ran him in my 6 Samurai deck, but to be honest with you, I think this is a card that came out later. This wasn't initially with the original set of 6 Samurai. I believe this came out second. Again, his effect is when this card is face up on the field, it cannot be tributed, except for tributing of a warrior monster. During your standby phase, if this card is in your graveyard and all the monsters on your graveyard are warrior, you can special summon this card, but you must control no monsters to activate and resolve the effect. So it's a 1200, can only be sacrificed for other warrior monsters, and it can return, kind of like Sinister Serpent or the Frog that can come back from the graveyard, except this is for monsters on the field versus Magic Trap. Again, I don't see it getting much play. Again, I wouldn't, waste too much time trying to get this card. If this is the one missing card before you reset the box, I would reset the box and not too much worry about this. Tiki Curse. Now, this is an interesting card that would work well in a Odin deck, I see. Tiki monsters are starting to get a lot more support. So, I expect this card to definitely be a game changer down the line. Fire Formation. This is another Fire Formation support. I actually run Fire Formation deck with Kaiba. Beatdown, it actually works pretty well. They can't be targeted, so that's really good, especially with Beast Warrior monsters. Vorce Raider being a 1900 Beast Warrior. This card works well. And essentially what it does is you activate this card by targeting one set, spell, or trap card. Your opponent cannot activate it in response to this card's activation. And when you face on the field, every Beast Warrior monster gains 100 attacks. So this card essentially just locks down that back row. If they have an econ, if they have a bottomless, if they have anything, you can basically prevent it from being activated and give your monsters a 100 attack boost. Harpies Dancer. Again, more Harpie support. Harpies will definitely make a comeback. But we also have Harpie Lady. I'm not sure why this is a super rare, but I mean, this is Konami, so I'm pretty sure they have a reason for it. Powerful Rebirth. Activate this card by targeting one level 4 lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target and increase its level by 1 and its attack and defense by 100. When this monster is destroyed, destroy this card. This is not bad. So, this card, you get the special summon and it gets its attack increased by 1 and defense by 100. So, the situation with this card that you want to use is you summon a level 4 monster. It goes up to level 5 from an 1800 beater to a 1900 beater, and you get to use it with Beatdown. Parallel Twister. Send one other spell or trap card you control to the graveyard and target one card on the field and destroy it. Again, we'll see how much play this card actually gets. It might work well in a ninja deck, because a lot of cards stay face up in a ninja deck, and you play this card while you have a face up ninjutsu art spell or trap card face up on the field. You play it, you get to pop a card on the field, and you get to get rid of something that's clogging up your back row. So it could get some play in a ninja deck. Cyber Harpie Lady, it speaks for itself. This card is always treated as Harpie Lady. It's an 1800 beater with 1300 defense. But keep in mind, guys, that this counts towards your Harpie Lady count. Blind Loyal Goblin. As long as this card remains face up on the field, the controller of this card cannot switch. Essentially, this is anti-econ. I'm sorry, enemy econ tape, yes. So we have Elemental Dark Neos, 2500, 2000 defense. Essentially, its effect is it must be first special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck. You do not use polymerization, which means this is a contact fusion. This card's effect is basically, essentially what this card does is it becomes whatever effect monster you have on the field. Now, what we need to test is this is a situation where you summon this card as a Dakini on the field. Do you get a Dakini's effect to remove a card from the field and also recycle a card or whatever it is from your Spell and Magic trap zone? We'll see. So I'm going to back out momentarily because I want to really talk about the 6 Samurai monsters, and then we'll pop around to kind of look at the other cards. So I want to talk about 6 Samurai Zanji. Alright, so 6 Samurai Zanji is essentially an 1800 beater, 1300 defense, and his effect is if he has another 6 Samurai monster on the field, he can attack any monster that he attacks and resolve the damage. It gets destroyed no matter what. Now, the benefits where you would want to see this skill, where you want to use it outside of Field of Warriors, is in a Holy Guard deck. You could put him in a Holy Guard deck as long as you have up another 6 Samurai monster. You switch that person's monster to defense. You attack with Zanji. You take no battle damage, and then they get destroyed at the end of the turn, at the damage step. We have Yachi. Yachi will be one of the primary 6 Samurai monsters in any deck because he can destroy any spell or trap card that's set. You have him on the field. He can pop a back row. He is going to be essential. People are going to be targeting him. Iroh. Iroh is another good 6 Samurai monster. He's 1700. I used to run him in my deck as well. Essentially, when he's on the field, any card that you control, that you attack, would be destroyed. So if it's face down, so basically it says at the start of the damage step, if this card attacked a face down defense position monster, destroy that monster. So Iroh is basically a 1700 Suki Samurai. Sheen's Foot Soldier, you probably won't be running him. You might want to tech in one into your deck. Essentially, when this card is destroyed by battle, it's into the graveyard, you can special summon one level 3 or lower 6 Samurai monster from your deck. So actually, you know what? I take that back. You definitely want to run 1 or 2 of him in this archetype. Just to be able to summon, special summon a 6 Samurai monster, you have one on the field plus him. So essentially, you set him first turn. Your opponent attacks, pops him, you sack it, you can bring out any 6 Samurai monster you want. Hopefully you have another one in your hand for the next turn. Drop them, and then you can also special summon one of your boss monsters. Excellent. Yes, this is the card I was talking about before, Sheen's Castle of the Mist. Basically, this card is a 6 Samurai monster is attacked. The attacking monster loses 500 attack during the damage calculation. So essentially, it's not when you attack, it's if your opponent attacks you, they automatically lose 500 attack points, which is great. I actually had her. I had this card, and I had this card as a secret rare. If you control the face-up 6 Samurai monster, you contribute 1 6 Samurai monster to target one monster on the field and destroy that target. So again, it can pop any monster on the field, and all you have to do is just tribute a 6 Samurai monster. So essentially what you want to do is you can special summon her from Sheen Foot Soldier, and then if you already have a 6 Samurai on the field, you can tribute it, pop a card on the field, and then if you have another 6 Samurai in the graveyard, you can special summon Sheen's Chancellor to jump on the field by removing 2 6 Samurai from the graveyard. So you can tribute a monster to get them in the graveyard to special summon him on the field. So again, the combos are endless. Alright, Fire King, I'll do another video on that later. Again, this video is strictly talking about 6 Samurai. Okay. Yarza. Again, Yarza. I wouldn't worry about this card too much. You might see some play in a Yami Merrick right back at you situation. Again, if you want to tack in some Six Samurai, but keep in mind, in order for Six Samurai monsters to get their effects, you need to have more than one of them on the field at one time. So, for instance, you would want to have a Yachi where you can pop a back row, and you can also have a Yarza, and then you can attack your opponent directly. You have right back at you. You can, of course, increase the attack power of this monster. Nishai, again, he is basically a Gladiator Beast version of Bastari, and was it Bastari? It might not be Bastari. Basically, the 1600 guy that can attack twice in the same battle phase. It's exactly what he can do as well. Again, with Field of the Warriors, he gets an attack boost of 200, so that makes him 16. And then again, if you want to use A forces, again, that increases attack even more. I strongly recommend anyone running a Six Samurai deck to definitely tech in A forces, because again, Six Samurai on their own are weak, but together they are very strong. And again, this is a Six Samurai. Come on. Again, you might want to tack in one, see how it works. I probably wouldn't run him. He can destroy face-up spell and trap cards, but again, in Duel Links, we really don't use a lot of face-up cards that stay on the field as far as trap is concerned. You might be able to use this for a mirror wall if that person decides to pay. You can then go on the next turn and then just have it popped. Or if that person has like a Toon World on the field, you can pop that, as well as the Field Warriors. You can also pop that as well. Legendary Ebon Steed. I had this card in one of my decks. Don't ask me why. It's not a bad effect, but again, it is meta. We have to see if it actually works. So essentially what this card is, it's almost like a union attach. You attach it to any Six Samurai monster. It gains 200 attack and defense. And if that monster would be destroyed for any reason, you can destroy this card instead. So it protects it for a turn. Alright, so this is a card that's a normal, but it's going to be very, very important for Six Samurai monsters, other than Sheen, Sheen Foot Soldier that can special summon from the deck. During your draw phase, each time you draw a Six Samurai monster card, you can reveal it and special summon it. So this is perfect. So if you have a situation where, say, you're running 12 to 14 monsters in your deck, you're going to be drawing a lot of Six Samurai monsters. So this is a card that you definitely want to have at least 2 or 3 in. I would say run 2, but again, you might want to try to draw 3 and just use those other cards for fodder or discarding or whatever you might need to do it for. But you definitely want this card on the field, because essentially what it does is it's almost like a double summon. You draw a card and you can special summon it. Simple as that. Hero's Rule, Hero's Mask. And again, these are just all hero support. Alright, another great card. It's a normal, but don't sleep on it. If you control 3 or more face-up Six Samurai monsters, you can activate one of these effects. You can destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Massive. Destroy all face-up spell or trap cards your opponent controls. Not as great. Destroy all set spell or trap cards your opponent controls. Massive. So essentially, we've already shown that Six Samurai monsters can flood the field. So it's very probable that you would have 3 of them on the field at one time. So imagine you have a triple impact in your hand and you have 3 Six Samurais on the field. That's if, say, for instance, your opponent has a Dakini and has a Sonic Bird and then has Senju on the field, and you have 3 Six Samurai on your side of the field, and he's just ready to blast you his next turn. You play this card, all his monsters are gone. Even if he has Machine Age Ritual in his graveyard, this card does not target, so it destroys everything. So I don't even think he can activate it in response to that. So that's just how awesome this card is. Now we have Sheen Scheme. If a Six Samurai monster you control is destroyed by battle, special summon up to 2 Six Samurai monsters from your hand. Again, ridiculous because of the fact that if you have, again, my suggestion is probably run more monsters because usually I like to run an even balance. I like to do 11 monsters and 11 magical trap. In this situation, I might go with 15 monsters and the rest magic and trap just so that I can have a lot of board presence with my 6 samurai. And then we have Copy Knight, which is when a level 4 lower warrior type monster is normal summon to your side of the field. Special summon this card as a normal monster with the same name and level as the normal monster. Warrior type, light attack, 0 defense, and 0 attack. This card is also still treated as a trap card. Alright, so one other card I want to talk about is 3 of a Kind. 3 of a Kind, this card is specifically made for Cyber Dragons. I'm going to do some research to figure out exactly what other combos can happen with this card. But something is telling me that this card itself is going to be a game changer as well. There's been a lot of buzz online talking about this card. I'm going to do some research and get back to you guys on it. And as far as 6 Samurai goes, that's pretty much it. They gave us everything that we needed. Like I was saying before in the video, there's going to be a lot of support for Fire King decks as well as for dinosaur decks. Again, we get the Sabersaurus. I'll click on that real quick. 1900 beaters, so which means now this is the strongest dinosaur to date. With the field spell on the field, that's 2200 beater off the break. Madness. Alright, so, and again, so in conclusion, should you buy this box? And the short and sweet of it is no. And I know this is weird. I actually prefer mini boxes over main boxes because mini boxes have brought us a lot of great cards. You know, case in point, Phoenix was from a mini box. When we got Wall of Disruption, that was from a mini box. So there's a lot of great cards in the mini boxes. But as far as meta-defining cards, if you are a new player, I would not recommend you buying this box. Only because if you are new to Duel Links, you want to... There are a lot more other cards you need if you want to be competitive. If you want to just make fun decks, go for it. I mean, it really doesn't matter at that point. Use your gems. I am in Duel Links. I'm semi-competitive, but again, I'm not in that position where I play this game to get to Worlds and, you know, go to Japan. Like I got a wife and kids, and I got time for all that. So I play Duel Links because I love it, because I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for the longest time. So that's why I'm playing it. That's why I will be buying this box. I have about 2,700 gems that I've saved up so far. I've been still trying to get a second floodgate and a second mirror wall. So I spend a little gems here and there, but for the most part, I'm probably going to buy this box at least once. All the way through. I wouldn't buy it twice. Again, hopefully with the little specials and combos that they give you, I can probably pull at least 2 great Shogun Sheens and at least 2 or 3 Sheen Chancellors. So that's it for the video. I really appreciate you guys supporting my channel. If you did like this video and you want to see me do more videos like this, let me know in the comments section below. Thumbs up the video. You know, please smash that like button. It helps get my videos out there. Shout out to King. You know, again, I love Duel Links, and I hope to bring you guys some more content in the future. Holla at your boy.